Hello everyone, Pantoufleee here today for a new review concerning the Bulldog, the M41 90mm, the Tier 8 light tank. So, what do you need to know about this tank? Of course, I'm not going to talk about the armor because you don't have any. You have an extremely great mobility, and concerning the gun, and that's what I really want to talk about. Just take a look at the gun. Even if it's Tier 7, you have good values of penetration. Not the best with regular shells, only 182mm, but with heat shells, 250. So you will definitely not struggle shooting and penetrating your targets. Also, concerning the dispersion, pretty good dispersion as well, pretty good DPM for a tier 8, reload time 5.7 seconds, which is quite nice. It's even one of the best. And look at this, the penetration with high explosive shell, 102 millimeters. That's a lot, especially at tier 8, because not a lot of tanks have more than 100mm of armor on sides or even the rear. So clearly this tank is made to do a shit ton of damage using HE shells. And look at this, high explosives, the average damage is 320. And I just want to compare real quick this gun that we just saw for the Bulldog with the characteristics on the RU, because here the average damage is 240 with AP, 200 with hit, and 310 with high explosive. And you could think it's pretty similar to the RU gun because they look quite the same, but just take a look at that, because not a lot of people are aware of that. But look at this, even if it's a tier 8 gun, this one is doing less damage than the one you have on the Bulldog. Look at this, 225 for the RU, 190mm with heat shells, and 270 with high explosive shell. So there is a difference of 50 concerning the alpha damage between the RU and the M41 90mm Bulldog, for clearly nearly the same reload, because yeah, no, you still have a little bit less time of reload for the RU, but it all depends on your playstyle. So clearly, if I had to choose between RU and Bulldog, because I like high alpha damage tank, I would go for the Bulldog. Clearly, it's better in my opinion to carry, because it's more effective to do a 310 alpha damage with HE shell than just 270. So yeah, clearly this is the shit. I love that tank. It's one of the best at tier 8, and clearly if it comes in shop, you should consider buying one. Now, overall, if we sum up a little bit the characteristics, we have an extremely good mobility, no armor at all, and an extremely good gun. So yeah, that was it for the tank. I'm gonna show you real quick the equipments I'm using here. I'm using the gun rammer because I don't really need calibrated shell. I mean, you could run calibrated shells because of course you can increase the high explosive shell penetration. It can be cool, but I would rather go for the gun rammer because usually it's not gonna make a huge difference being 10mm when you're shooting HE. So yeah, clearly I'm gonna go for gun rammer after enhanced gun laying drive, and I'm using the refined gun and not the vertical stabilizer because you're a light tank, so you're probably gonna have to run away from pretty much everything you see. And when you run, you want to try shooting. I will go for the refined gun to be able to shoot clearly when you are escaping. Now, of course, defensive stum, I'm gonna go for this one and not the ramming thing, because clearly you're not gonna ram anybody with this tank, otherwise you'll die. I don't need to improve the armor because you don't have armor, so I go for the hit points and the toolbox to have your module repair speed increased, because yeah, enhanced track is useless, let's face it. Toolbox after improved optics, because of course you're a light tank, so you're supposed to spot. I go for improved controls because I would rather turn faster than having some boost at the engine accelerator. I don't need it because I try to compensate with provisions, for example, with the improved fuel. And for the last one, I go for the high-end consumables because judging on my reload time, I would rather be able to put some H's in a guy than having to multiply my utilization for the adrenaline. So yeah, that's pretty much how I'm using the Bulldog. And now let's jump into the replay, which is a world record as well. So let's go, guys. Concerning the replay, we have the pleasure of watching Sumac from the Cash clan, and he's gonna show you how the job is done with this tank, because you're probably gonna watch the, I don't remember if it's the world record game, so the best game ever done in terms of damage with the M41 Bulldog, or if it's the second one. But you know what, in both cases this replay is just simply amazing. So as you can see, he's going to the traditional spot in light tanks. He's using his great gun depression to be allowed to sneak a shot with HE on the standard B, because of course a quick tip here, but when you encounter an how is it called, a standard B, yeah, if you can penetrate it with HE, try your luck, because it's clearly made out of paper. So for the moment he's waiting here because his team fucked up a little bit. I mean, that's really weird how his team moved out. They went first in the town, then they go back, which is some kind of weird thing to do, but let's not judge and see what happens. Here the standard B is trying to push because he knows he is alone. If the standard B goes away like that, it means that his team is on the other side. And I think that Sumac learned that as well, because he's pushing and he's not taking any risks by pushing here, because all the rest of the enemy team is going on the right side. Their right side, I mean, not his side, because if it's his side, it's the left. You know what? We don't care. Let's focus on the replay instead. So he's trying to use his great mobility to be able to circle. That's the thing you have to do with a Bulldog. That's the thing you have to do with light tanks. Don't go for a direct contact. It's clearly useless. You would rather be try to be so sneaky. If you try to be sneaky, it's always going to be rewarding for you, because you can't stand any damage. You're going to be extremely punished for every bad move you do with these tanks, because your chances of bouncing something which is, let's say, 0.1%, maybe, but not more. Here you're gonna see the effectiveness of HE shells. Not a lot of tanks can go through the Ferdinand rear armor with HE, but the Bulldog can. He's trying another HE shell. I wouldn't have tried this if I was him. I would have tried AP, but you know what? It's not even a mistake. For the moment, he seems to be in a really deep shit situation, because clearly he's against 3 tanks and 2 of them are tier 9s. No, 3 of them are tier 9s, sorry. So he's in a 1 versus 3 with all being tier 9s. It's gonna be extremely hard for him. He managed to penetrate a shot on the Conqueror and also making him bounce. As you can see, he's not trying to move too fast from his position, because the Motion could have a shot on him. Thanks to maybe the RNG, the Motion managed to bounce. Now he has to deal with the Conqueror. The Conqueror fucked up twice. He goes with his amazing reload time for the tracks, because of course when you're in this kind of situation you need to track people, especially there are heavy tanks, so if he managed to track them out, he's gonna be able to play it correctly. Now he's in a really bad situation. He really needs to penetrate the Ice 8. He really needs to destroy the guy. For the moment he's not trying to circle him, because he's expecting the Conqueror to be on the other side, and he expects well, because that's what is going on at the moment. Boy, he took a shot again, because he was really unlucky on the matchmaking here. He's going away. It doesn't seem that the Motion is still here. He managed to kill the Conqueror, so he killed both of them. Now he's in a really bad situation, because he doesn't have any HPs left, but at least he's still alive. He killed both of them. He only has to deal with the Motion, and that's where things are gonna be hard. I mean, let's say it's not really hard to kill a Motion when you're a Bulldog, even if you don't have any HPs, because of course you are I mean, you're a light tank, so you can pretty much circle the Motion easily. The main problem is trying to reach the Motion, because the Motion is not gonna move. If you want to kill the Motion, you are the one that needs to approach it, because he's gonna stay in the town. And that's where it becomes really hard, because you can't even take especially in Sumac situation, you can't take this risk, because you are a one-shot. And that's where things are gonna get interesting, sorry. Here he tried a shot on Motion that made him spotted. He can't move. He knows that. He knows the 10-second spot rule. He has to wait here 10 seconds in order not to be spotted anymore. That's what he did. He managed to escape. Where is he gonna go? If I was him, I would probably try to relocate, and I think that's what he's gonna try. You relocate to be able to shoot at the Motion from pretty much every every angle of the map, because if he stays on the map, you have to adapt your gameplay to him. So he tries a shot, hit shell, it went right through. He managed to reset the cap circle. Now let's just wait for the motion to do something. Maybe he's gonna move. It seems, if you take a look at the map, it seems like he was moving. And yes, he does. He's moving. He goes for another heat shell that went straight in the side of the motion. Of course, remember, I told you that the heat shell penetration on this tank is amazing. He's hiding behind the spot. That's exactly what you want to do. He's gonna wait for the motion to come. He can't go in. He knows he can't go in. He's just gonna wait for the motion to do the mistake. He's trying to bait the motion into shooting, because as soon as the motion shoots, if he misses, it's over for him. Clearly, it's over for him. So, is he gonna manage to bait him into shooting? The motion seems to know what he's doing, because he's trying to side scrap. He's not trying to push too hard. But now it seems like the motion is gonna try something. Okay, motion tried. The bait worked. He has to go in. He has to go in. He knows it. What is he gonna do? He's gonna try to circle the motion. Is he gonna try to to just untrack him or not? No, he's using his great mobility to be able to destroy the guy. He managed to kill him off, securing all the kills. Coloban medal, 5 kills, 6.4k damage. Just wow, that was an incredible game. Just look at this, 6.4k damage with the Bulldog, and I'm quite surprised he did only 1.40 thousand credits, but yeah, that's how it is. We can change the game, I guess. But yeah, just an amazing game. No mistakes were made. Sumac, you played extremely well. Thank you for sending me this replay. Thank you for allowing me to commentate on it, because that's exactly how you want to play your Bulldog. If you struggle playing the Bulldog, just ask for some advices to Sumac, because clearly he knows how to get the work done. Thank you all for watching, and see you soon.